What is going on, my friends? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode number 4 and one of the last, hopefully one of the last if all goes to plan, episodes of building this here 800 horse. The goal of 800 wheel Evo 8. Quick breakdown on the build. ETS kit with the 6466. Fully built 4G64 with a 9 head. Still running MyVec. 2 Walbro 450s. 2150cc injectors. That's the basics. Yesterday, we were able to go ahead and hit the first start. She sounds quite well. It does honestly sound like it's misfiring a little bit, so I did pick up some new plugs today that I'm gonna go ahead and slap in. It's always a good idea to do new spark plugs before a dyno day anyway, so we gotta get those in. I need to get this wideband sensor to fit. It does not actually fit down in the hole, so I gotta Dremel out the hole a little bit and then it should be able to screw in just fine. And then we have a couple other little things to finish up on the car. Some coilovers to install, brakes to fix and install, oil cooler to install, catch can to build some lines for. The list goes on and on. The first thing we're gonna get started off with on this very fine morning is the brake calipers. These things are absolutely disgusting, and we're gonna go ahead and powder coat the brake calipers because we cannot have a nice car with crusty calipers. Calipers are gonna go this color here, which is Illusion. I think it's just called Illusion Purple from Prismatic Powders. Should look very nice on this car. So let's go ahead, pull the rear brakes off, and get the calipers fully disassembled, stripped, sandblasted, and powder coated. There's sling right there. Yeah, no. Something looks a little sus to me. Does that look a little sus to you? Is that a little sus, Jared?
A little bit.
All right, so we got the purple powder coat laid down. I know you're probably confused because it looks chrome or silver. This is an Illusion series powder coat, meaning it's gonna look completely trash until we put a clear coat on it. The clear coat that we're gonna use is called Clear Vision, also from Prismatic Powders. I know it looks white in the bag, but trust me, when it goes on the part and it gets baked in the oven, it comes out clear. It turns to clear. Let's go ahead and spray out some clear and hopefully these turn purple. And here's the end result of the calipers. Let's go ahead and get them assembled and get them back on the car. Moving right along, let's go ahead and knock out all of the catch can lines. So we have the catch can mounted down there. It is the STM trans mounted catch can, which is a very nice unit. So we have to build a line from here, here, and here to run down to the can, and that'll be all finished up. So let's try to make this nice and clean, simple, yet effective. Okay, we got the catch can all set up. Lines are seeming a little small for this setup, but that's gonna have to do the trick. It should be plenty. Next up is the oil cooler, which also seems to have a fairly small line. Is this -8? I think this is -8. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is get the cooler mounted up on the bracket. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the STM oil cooler kit. So get the cooler mounted on the bracket, mount that on the car, and then we can go ahead and build the lines. Exhaust is a little too close for my liking to the oil cooler. We actually had to bend the oil cooler bracket, so we're definitely gonna have to have that exhaust remade, but that's okay. So before the calipers go back on the car, I'm gonna get the suspension stuff all dialed in. So we have some white line outer tie rods to install. And then, not my favorite choice of coilover ever, but we have some D2 coilovers that are going on the car at the same time. All right, we got the car all buttoned up, headlights back on, wheels are on, adjusted the coilovers. This thing does have some pretty thick boy tires on it, so it can't be very low, which is completely fine. Got new plugs in it. Everything should be dialed, ready to go. So let's go ahead and try and take this thing on its very first drive in a few years. I'm a little nervous, curious to see how it's gonna go, but I'm also excited. Well boys, we made it to the gas station, so that's a big start. She is in dire need of a tune, but hey, at least it runs and it's not running all that bad. Once you get above like 2,000 RPM, it runs decent. Just down low, she really wants to just bog out and die, but yeah, everything looks good. Oil pressure is beautiful. Just gotta grab some fuel and we can go stock some miles on her. Well boys, we made it all the way back to the house. We are at 11 miles on the car right now, which is fairly decent, and really no issues to report as of yet, which is exciting. This thing needs a tune ASAP. I don't feel comfortable really driving it or having Bo drive it at all with the map that's on here. We have an appointment for tomorrow to get this thing on the dyno, turn it up, get it running good, get it running right, hopefully make some sauce and hopefully not break the transmission. Comment down below. This turbo is probably good for high 700s, maybe touching 800. The whole setup's good for that. Do you guys think the tranny is going to hold up, or do you think the tranny is going to grenade on the dyno or on the street, on one of the first street drives? Let me know in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. One last peek at the 8. Yeah, she turned out nice. Makes me miss my blue 8.